Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Mindset Monday. Sorry we missed you on Financial Fitness Friday. We had a lot going on. And hey, sometimes we're going to miss a week here or there. So that's just the way it is. But today, what we're going to go over is playing offense, not defense, right? And we're going to talk a lot about what that means. You know, playing offense doesn't mean being reckless, okay? Playing offense means you're trying to consistently and constantly grow, okay? Playing defense is something that you do to batten down the hatches in a storm. Okay, you want to make sure you don't lose everything or anything. And basically, what you're doing is you are just taking all the hits and maintaining status quo. And the problem with that is people play defense way more than they play offense. The other thing is if you play defense a lot, it becomes your go-to, right? And you're never growing, you're never expanding, and you're never getting to where you want to be, right? Offense is constantly trying to find ways to improve, changing things up. I'll give you an example. How am I going on offense with my company or integrated? Well, one of the things that we've been building out, and we're 12 months in, is AI on as a chat feature right now. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to roll out voice AI. And we have very specific things that we want it to do. And that's it. And I'm not using it to replace people. I'm using it to enhance the people that I have. Okay. And how is that going on offense? Well, if that works, we should be able to serve more people. We should be able to serve more people a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot easier. All right. Whereas if I was playing on defense, I really wouldn't be doing anything like that. I would just be maintaining where everything's at today, which would be a mistake because all it takes is a couple of your competitors to figure something out and gain, a lot of clients and market share and make it much more challenging for you to operate. Okay. And so what people don't realize is playing offense is also playing defense. Okay. The better your offense is, the less you have to play defense, the more you can grow and the more you can really get to what you want to do. Okay. And hit your goals. Whereas if you're constantly trying new things and then stopping and then waiting 6 months and then trying again, you'll never build any real momentum. All right. And a lot of people don't understand when to play offense, when to play defense. I mean, offense should be, at least for me, it's a default setting. And the only time that default setting comes off is when I am very, very, very unsure of what the next few months are. I'll give you a great example of this. Okay. When all the conflict was going on in the Middle East, okay, when Iran and Israel were going to war, I honestly didn't know if I should play offense or defense. Those 12 days, that's something I was thinking about every single day is, do I go on offense or do I go on defense? All right. And sometimes you just don't know. But default, you want to at least maintain doing what you're doing. Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and we talk about it all the time, man. Just keep pushing forward, right? No matter what you do. A lot of times on offense, people stop, right? They get to a certain point. Hey, we made it, or hey, we hit this goal, and then they coast. You said something interesting there that your default is to go, and I think too many people they run a play, right, and then they just stop on it. I think Hermosi said it best. You get really good at one thing and keep pushing it, right, until at that point it breaks, or you need to change something and add something in, then go to that. And I think that's too many people just stop, man. They get into this thing where, hey, we did it, we've arrived, and then we stop. And I think the other thing is on a defensive side, people get caught, like a deer in the headlights. They don't want to take the risk. They don't want to move forward. This thing's all about taking risks sometimes too,
Mhm.
calculated risks. You just don't throw spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks, right? You continuously got to run the play, run some numbers, doesn't make sense, and continue to push forward.
Yeah.
It's just don't stop, man. My philosophy, I know you said about defense too and uncertainty in the world. I think in business, you got to be majority offense and not defense.
Yep.
Defense wins championships in sports, right? It doesn't win. I don't believe it wins you much in business. Maybe if there's a quick pivot or something you got to put your eye on, but too many people, man, if you play defense and if you're constantly focused on losing, right? I look at defense and business as a way to lose. You're going to lose out.
Yeah, I'll give you a great example of this. And this is from a sales rep perspective, right? And this is, let's just say a sales rep that's just learning, getting into the groove. You know, he finally makes the link between the amount of activity he does, okay, and his paycheck. All right. And so his new goal for this month is he wants to do 80 calls a day. So he hits those 80 calls a day. He gets his biggest paycheck yet, right? Let's say he makes 10,000. Next month, he sits down, he reviews everything. He's like, you know what? I did 80 calls every day. I'm going to do 90 calls this month. Makes his 90 calls every single day. All of a sudden, his paycheck's 15,000. All right, awesome. This is working. Can I go from 90 to 100? Yes. So now he pushes himself. He's going, all right, I'm going to go 90 to 100. He hits his 100. Now the guy made $20,000. He's never made that type of money in a month. He goes out, he celebrates. Instead of working on his level of consistency, right? Because maybe let's just say his only goal while he was doing this was to make 20 grand in a month. He doesn't reset his goals. He doesn't reset his targets. He doesn't reset his sights. Okay, so he does that. And now he celebrates. He fucks off. He gets a little too confident. Okay, instead of making sure he's making those 100 calls, or better yet, staying on his plan, okay, and making more calls than he made the month before. Okay, what he does is he kind of just wings it. You know, oh, I've been getting better and better every month. You know what? Let me just go as hard as I can. No metrics, nothing. I'm just going to do it, right? And then at the end of that, you see he's making anywhere between 40 and 60 calls, right? And at the end of the month, instead of hitting 20,000, he hits 8,000. What did he do? He got too confident. He got too ahead of himself. He stopped showing up. He stopped doing the little things that were making it so he can win at the highest level, okay? Because he got overconfident. He got used to it. That's what happens with sales guys. It happens in every single business I've ever been a part of. It's just a matter of time, okay? And as soon as that happens, that's when you really have to dig deep, go to the board and say, hey, what did I cut out? What did I stop doing that was driving my success? Okay, because we all see this. This shows up in every single area of your life. It's not just sales. It's not just business. It's fitness. It's every single area of your life. It's human nature.
Hell yeah, man.
Right.
So it is like, you know, it's also the mental aspect too. I saw an interview with Sean Merriman and Johnny Manziel the other day. They were both, you know, former professional football players. Sean Merriman was an all-pro, and they were talking about Tom Brady and just key elite players. And Johnny asked him an interesting question. He said, you know, what separates, you know, those guys from everything else? And he said, look, he's like, there's really physically no separation from anybody else in that locker room. You go in there, everybody's big, everybody's fast, everybody's strong, everybody can play. The difference is the vision, the mindset to accelerate, to play offense, right? To get to that next level. He's like Tom Brady. He's like, you know, you ask him, what's your favorite championship, man? So he's the next one. It's the next one. They have that mindset, man, to really push forward and get after it. That's what separates a room full of people that are built the same physically, right? And stature and speed and so forth, is doubling down up here, man, pushing forward. Metrics. It works. Just like you said, man, works in fitness and in business. It all correlates together.
Yeah, every single area of your life is governed and defined by those rules. And as soon as you figure it out, the easier it'll be, because you'll fight the natural tendencies that you have, right? And if you don't know, or if you're not aware of your natural tendencies, you will always revert back to them, all right? I get it. I'm fucking lazy, okay? I got to tell you something, guys. I don't like doing shit. I like hanging out on the boat. I like being out with my family. That's it. It's not easy for me to wake up in the morning. It's not easy for me to get any type of workout in before. And if I don't, I'm usually a bag of shit throughout the day. I know this about myself. Okay, guys? And so because I'm aware of all these things, it allows me to combat them. All right. Whereas if I'm not aware, or if I wasn't aware, I don't know that I'm doing this. And then I'm just going to keep on that seesaw. If I go up, I go down. I go up, I go down. Once you're aware of it, you can maintain it. But you only can maintain it by developing the discipline and the habits that are going to let you push past that part of you that does not want to do it. Okay. I hope this helped, guys. I thought this was a great one. So share this with someone that needs to listen to it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Be great, y'all.